Hi, this is mikeaemi, radio host of Tough Reality. Thanks for listening to this video today. In this video presentation, this is actually video number 2 in a series of 4 different videos. First video was like a sizzle video to explain the type of people that we're looking for this concept. This video number 2 is an introduction to the concept. Video number 3 will be an explanation of the compensation plan, and video number 4 will be an explanation of how the transactions actually flow. So thank you very much for joining me today. My Skype ID, if you need to get a hold of me, is mikeaemi and the number 2. That's mikeaemi and the number 2. So whoever sent you to this video, I want you to get back with them and thank them very much right after this video is over, because this is some very valuable information. We're only looking for a limited amount of people. Now you'll understand why later, but it's very interesting that this opportunity has become available right now and it's in your lap. But I want you to look at the screen here. Federal law requires the following disclaimer. Any income illustrations or any type of examples or estimates or any like that is just examples. Okay? Nothing here is to be considered as a guarantee of any earnings. And you must understand that your individual results may vary. You may get a lot better, you may get worse. It doesn't matter, but the results will vary. So today we're here to talk about FlexKom International, and more specifically FlexKom America. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. FlexKom has been very successful in Europe, many different countries all over, and now we are coming to the United States. And this is a campaign to save America. You know, when I was a young boy, I looked at malls just like this that you see on the screen, a strip mall. Now these strip malls are very interesting because they provided the moms and pops of America the ability to make money. And maybe they have a good successful store, maybe they open another one. And these small businesses are really the backbone of America. They also are the largest employers of people in the United States. It isn't the big businesses that employ a lot of people, it's the small businesses. But what's happened? They're being forced out, hundreds of thousands of them, with higher taxes, ad costs, government regulations, insurance, big box stores, places like Costco and things like that. And the internet. The internet last year during the holiday time accounted for 50% of all the sales. Very interesting. So every time there's an internet sale, that's taking money directly out of our small business. Well, ladies and gentlemen, help is on the way. That's right. FlexKom, coming from Europe, FlexKom International, is coming to America, FlexKom America. It's a very innovative way to use technology. And we're going to explain that to you so you can look at it. Now, in the past, to acquire 50 million users on radio, it took about 38 years to do that. To acquire those same 50 million customers, it took about 13 years on TV. To acquire the 50 million users on the internet, it took about 4 years. On MP3s and players like that, it took about 11 months. On social media, they're adding about 200 million users per year. And the big daddy of them all, the apps, adding 1 billion in 9 months through different things like you see on the screen there, the QR code. Very easy to scan a QR code, get all the information about a business, put onto a smartphone. So, remember all of the high-tech stuff that we had 20 years ago? The CDs, the MP3 players, cassette players, the boom boxes, the radios, this, that, and the other? Well, you might ask yourself, where is it now? Ladies and gentlemen, right in the palm of your hand. That's where it's at. It's on your smartphone. It's on the smartphone. On the screen, I have a picture of Times Square in New York. Now, you notice there's all kinds of billboards all over New York City, all way up in the sky, people all over. Well, people, when they're walking around, are not looking up at the billboard anymore. So, that little screen on your smartphone is now the most valuable piece of real estate on planet Earth. And that's right, FlexKom's control of this little screen is changing consumers' shopping habits worldwide. So you might ask yourself, how does it work? Well, FlexKom connects small businesses and the online world to entire communities on a one app for all these customers. So, for example, you might go out to a restaurant and spend $100. That's hooked to the smartphone, that's hooked to a terminal, and through a QR code is credited for the FlexKom dollar. Then from there, you might go down and get some gasoline. Again, scanning your code for that vendor, that merchant, and then you get another benefit. And let's say you go on down to buy some clothing. And let's say you go on down and you buy some things at the bakery. And then let's say you go on down and you buy some more convenience items. And so on and so forth. You go get some fast food. And all of those dollars that you just spent are adding up for you, the customer. Each one flex dollar is equal to one United States dollar, or USD. Now, these are only some of the things that are happening. Some of the things that are in the future that are very exciting is, how about flex hotels? People, as a customer, come in, they use it, and they save money, make money, they accumulate cash. Flex hotels and holidays, so they can go on trips. How about the flex call? A lot of exciting things going on in the flex world. Now, how, you might say, how can I locate flex merchants? Well, this is very easy. Your application on your phone, you program your application so you only put in there what you want to receive information on. Let's say you want to receive information on restaurants and barbershops and maybe a clothing shop and maybe a dry cleaner, maybe a dentist. You put that in your phone. And then you will receive information only from those businesses that you choose. It'll appear on your phone, and you'll be able to see a map of that, exactly your location and exactly where they're located. Now, to me, that's an exciting thing, because you then can really program where you're going to purchase your products. So let's review some of the customer benefits. Number one, cash back on all FlexKom purchases worldwide. Car washes, hairdresser, dentists, restaurants. You pick it, you name it. It's so exciting. And even in an online world, different things that you can get. You get notifications of specials wherever you are. Now, from FlexKom merchants, they can cater to their individual locations and specific preferences, and only will get information about those things. And it's very cool, because this application will keep track of your special preferences. Also, you get rewards and recognition. FlexKom never diminishes. You'll always earn great things like TVs, trips, things like that. This is exciting, because some people, they might have an affinity program, they might have a loyalty program, and you might get a pen. Now, I like pens. You might get a t-shirt. I like t-shirts too. You might get some mugs. I like mugs too, but you know what? I'd rather have a trip. I would rather have a trip. I would rather have a TV. So that's very exciting to know that. Also, there's pride and satisfaction of spending locally and contributing locally to different things that are there in your community. So it's very exciting to see. And you will get happy FlexKom customers. Now, our target merchants are small business owners, shopkeepers, not chain stores, not stores like Target, Net, but the small mom and pop businesses. And they all want three things. They want to get more customers, they want to keep them longer, and increase their bottom line profits. They all want that. So, ask any small business owner these three questions. Number one, what kind of loyalty program do you have? Now, they might say a punch card, a fishbowl, an email list. And what that really translates into, nothing worth remembering. Number two, when doing your communications with your customers, how do you do it? Well, when they come in. If I'm not busy, if I'm not out. And what that really translates into is seldom, if ever. Number three, when customers shop elsewhere, how much do you earn? Are you kidding? Nothing. And what does that translate into? FlexKom. FlexKom. That's what it translates into. And it solves all three of those problems. Now here's some benefits to the merchant. Number one, they can communicate with customers in seconds, anytime that they wish to. For example, the weekends for a business are very busy sometimes for like a restaurant. Let's say there's a fish restaurant, and this fish restaurant wants to, the weekend's very busy, but on Tuesdays they're down 50, 60, 70%. They want to increase their traffic. So what do? Let's say Joe the fish man goes out, picks up some fish, takes a picture of the fish, does a video, 10 or 15 second video of himself, and says, hey, tonight I have a special for you. I have something just for you. Come in and you'll get this special 2-for-1. Could be whatever kind of special he wants. But he could do a video and a picture and send that out instantly to all of his customers and all of the FlexKom customers that aren't really his customers yet, but have preferences set for a restaurant. Now that's very exciting. And FlexKom will reduce or completely eliminate all advertising costs for this merchant. Think about it. Being able to send a message out to people that are your customers, giving them benefit, and you receive benefit because they're going to come in and use your service on a normally dead night. You now have the ability at will to generate customers. Now, how much do you think that type of thing would be worth? $500, $1,000 at least, right? If you put an ad in the newspaper, could be $200-$300. You got to hope that they go buy the newspaper first. And then you got to hope that they read it and don't just set it aside. Then you got to hope that they go to your page where your ad is. Then you got to hope that they look at your ad. Then you got to hope that they call you. When you send an ad out to their smartphone, guess what they do? They look at it. They decide right then, do I want this? Yes, fish. I like fish. And then they make an appointment to come see you. But how much does this cost with FlexKom, this vendor? What? We charge nothing. This is a free FlexKom service. Now, that's a big benefit for business. That's a no-brainer. Now, another thing that it does is it greatly increases loyalty. And we have, listen, the greatest loyalty program on earth. Customer waves their smartphone over the terminal. It loads the app. They get cash back on this and all future purchases with the merchant. They get cash back from all other FlexKom merchants that they go use. And they can spend the cash back with any FlexKom merchant. So if they go into the restaurant, buy a $100 meal, they get $10 on their card, they can go down the street to the ice cream shop, get an ice cream, and use that 10 FlexKom bucks against their purchase. Now, that's a pretty cool deal. And then also they will receive those free gifts we were talking about just for using FlexKom. So FlexKom customers love FlexKom merchants. And of course, FlexKom merchants love FlexKom customers. And that's very exciting. So another benefit to the merchant, they can increase their bottom line profits. The issuing merchant is tied into each of their customers for life. For life. That's exciting. Now the issuing merchant receives an override on all, I say again, all his customers' FlexKom purchases worldwide. Worldwide. Now some merchants in Europe are earning $20,000, $30,000, even $50,000 per year as side income. Oh my. Imagine being able to go in and talk to a merchant and tell him you can develop a $20,000 a year side income, profit stream. You know, we talk about multiple streams of income. So the bottom line profits never before available are coming to them through this program. So they're a very, very happy FlexKom merchant. Now, bigger benefits to our merchants, and this is exciting, you know, because the big box stores, they've always gobbled up small businesses like the big shark gobbling up the little fish. Now, thanks to FlexKom, small business has a fighting chance. They can organize and take over what they haven't had before. Now the part that you've probably been waiting for. This is what I'm going to talk about now, is what are the benefits to the GTM, or the Global Team Member. That's what you're going to become. Imagine receiving an override on all the customers from just half a dozen businesses like these. Let's say, for example, a restaurant, they have 1,000 customers. Let's say another restaurant, they have 1,500 customers. Let's say a haircut shop, they have 500 customers. Let's say like a fast food, fast delivery place, they have 1,000 customers. Let's say a clothing store, they have 1,500 customers. Finally, let's say a gas station, they have 2,500 customers. Now imagine this, ladies and gentlemen, that's 8,000 customers. How long will it take you to develop 8,000 customers for whatever business you're in? I don't care if it's online or offline. I don't care if it's multi-level or direct sales. How long will it take you to develop 8,000 customers? Well, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. This is an example. If 8,000 customers only netted you $1 a month, that's $8,000 a month, or over $100,000 a year. That's exciting. That's awesome. But everything is exciting here. For every dollar that the GTM earns, the issuing merchant also earns $1. Think about that. They earn the same as you earn. Oh, are they going to be excited? Absolutely. Are they going to be turned on about earning money from customers? Absolutely. It's going to be very exciting for them. So it'll go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, how many businesses could you really sponsor? Think about that. Now, GTMs can build teams of other GTMs. So let's get an example here. Let's say you find 6 GTMs, okay? And each of those 6 do the same thing that you did. Go out and find 6 businesses with the same amount of commercials, or same amount of customers. Now think about that. That's 48,000 customers. Oh my gosh. Now, you're not going to earn the same amount on those customers of customers, but let's say you earn just 25 cents a month per customer. Do you know how much that is? That's 12,000 US dollars every month. 12,000 US dollars per month. Now, how many GTMs can you really sponsor, ladies and gentlemen? Remember, 8,012, that's $20,000 a month. That's very exciting. That's very cool. So you can do that if you want to. But what if you could override hundreds of thousands of customers by developing new regions? Think about that. There is no, listen to this, no limit or restrictions on where you can put this. Just don't plan on getting any sleep, ladies and gentlemen, because this is very exciting. You can literally put your business anywhere you want in the country. Now, I like that. And receive money from customers just doing what they normally do, and that's buying things. So how big will your slice of the worldwide market be? Think about it. Don't think about just your city. Don't think about just your state. Don't think about just your country. Think about a continent. Think about dominating Italy and Spain and France and Germany and Switzerland, Norway, Iceland. Think about all those countries, ladies and gentlemen. Rising above. Think bigger than you've ever thought before. Now, what's the cost to get involved? First, the customer, no cost. No cost for a customer to be involved. That's a pretty good deal. Save money, make rewards, be able to spend the flex bucks anywhere you want. That's a great deal. How much for the merchant? A one-time $500 cost for the terminal and no monthly cost. No cost for apps. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a no-brainer for a merchant. That's like spending an advertising budget. You know, most businesses spend $200, $300, $400 a month on maybe their website, on their web developer. Think about this. Think about they could get 1,000 customers and be able to bring them in every single month, all the time, and be able to communicate with them directly. That's so very exciting. And the global team member, well, there's a $200 annual website and back office fee, and that covers some of the expenses that are involved with the business, of course, and the $2,000 one-time fee, and that covers 1,000 apps that are preloaded with $2. You'll be able to give away 1,000 apps to 1,000 people with $2 on all. They already have money on there. They can go down and use the $2 right away with a FlexKom business, and that's what we want. And then also, the $2,000 takes care of a 2-day intensive training before approaching any of the merchants. Don't worry if you're concerned about selling. Now, we're looking for salespeople, but don't worry if you want to hone your skills, make them a little bit better. We're going to explain everything about the device. We're going to teach you everything you need to know to be successful in this business, to place these terminals anywhere you go. Now, there's a 3-phased campaign that we're working on right now. We're in phase 1 right now, building your team now throughout the end of the year. That's what we're doing right now. We're looking for team members. We're looking for generals. We're looking for people that want to get started now, not 2 to 5 years from now, not sharing this and sharing that. We want aggressive horses that are going to run for this thing. Run for it. And that's what we want to do. So phase 1, we're going to build your team, and we're going to do that now through the end of the year. And we're going to do that, and we're going to earn commissions and bonuses and things. But phase 2 and 3, that's actually where we're going to start building customers and basing things on the app. And then we're going to go out there and start signing up merchants. So let's just take a little example of phase 1, some of the bonuses, some of the things that go on. Here's the 30-day bonus plan. Here's an example. If you personally sponsor 5 of these GTM in the first 30 days, you will earn $700 in commissions plus $1,500 in bonuses. That's $22. You will earn the $2,200 startup fee right back. Isn't that cool? Now, you don't have to wait 30 days. You can do it in a week. You can get back what you put in. You get fast start commissions and bonuses. Now, just an explanation of this, the global team member gets 5% commissions. So when they get a 5% commission, someone buys in at $2,200. On the $2,000, what you'll earn commission at 5%, that's $100. You'll see there. And you get no bonus on that one. But on the second GTM that you bring in, you'll get a $100 commission and then a $200 bonus. The third one, you'll get $100 commission and a $600 bonus. That's right. And then you are going to be moving to marketing manager, and you're going to start getting 10% commissions. So after 3, you're going to start getting 10% commissions. That means on the next one, you're going to get a $200 commission. You won't get any bonus on that one, but on number 5, you're going to get a $200 commission and a $700 bonus. So on the bonuses, you look there, you got 7 plus 6, that's $1,300 plus 2, that's $1,500 in bonuses. Plus $300, $500, $700 in commissions for a total of $2,200. So let's talk about a 30, 60, 90, and 120 day success plan. If you do what we've been talking about, 3 to 3 to 3 to 3, and been sponsoring like that, your first level, you're going to hit sales manager, and you're going to make a $1,000 bonus if you do that in 30 days. If after 60 days you do the 3 to 3 to 3 a little bit more, you're going to become a sales director and earn a $2,000 bonus. After 90 days, you do the 3 to 3 to 3, you're going to get a $10,000 bonus and be a national director. Now here's where you want to go. After 120 days, you do the 3 to 3 to 3, you're going to become a presidential team member and get a $50,000 bonus. This is so exciting, ladies and gentlemen, because you're also going to receive 5% shareholding commissions in the company. And ladies and gentlemen, you're going to receive a red sheet to a brand new car. Now, my question to you is, do you have room in your garage for this car? This is a pink sheet, a pink slip, a red slip. This isn't a monthly check. This is, go get your car. I like that. And you are going to be a very happy FlexKom GTM. Now, let's talk about time. We're in October, and this is being recorded in early October, so we're going to count down the days that we have until the end of the year. We have about 20 days in October left, and about 25 days in November. We have about 23 days or so in December. In phase 1 of our team building plan, there's about 68 days remaining. If you subtract out Sundays, you have about 57 total days. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the question to you is, how much more time can you afford to waste? Imagine missing this opportunity. Imagine not getting on the boat when you should have. Imagine all of the things in your past that came to you and you didn't take advantage of it. You didn't do it. But I'm going to ask you this question. Can anybody say think big? Think about this. You can put your QR code anywhere, in restaurants, in shops, in clothing shops, on the side of a car. Imagine that. You can put it inside of kiosks, inside of malls. You can hand it on billboards. You can put it on the backs of benches. You can put it in the shopping carts of your Safeway. But think even bigger than that, ladies and gentlemen. In the movie theater, they have great things that are going on. And you can put ads in the movie theater during the people waiting for the movie to start. You put your QR code up on the screen. You could scan the QR code. The people could do that. They become your customers in the movie theater. Or think about your church. Have the church join and have all of the church members just have the QR code on your bulletin, scan the bulletin, they become a customer for free. They don't lose anything. They gain everything. And the church, when those parishioners, when the people in the church and the congregation go out and buy something, doing what they normally do, instead of the system getting the money can come back to the church so that they can provide great things for their ministry. And ladies and gentlemen, something that's very exciting is bumping and kissing. And we can get this going virally overnight. And we can literally create thousands of customers just by doing this. You could be in a restaurant and say, hey man, I just found this app, check this out, you bump them. And the neat thing is, they'll save money. They'll make money. They'll be excited about doing the things with FlexKom. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate that you listened to me today. And help is on the way. Help is here right now, so you don't miss the train to success. You don't miss the FlexKom train. I don't want you to miss it. I don't want you to be late. Now, you need to get back to the person that gave you this video or sent you to this website. You need to get back with them, thank them, and ask for videos number 3 and videos number 4. You need to get in today. Don't waste any more time. Don't miss the train. You can Skype me if you don't remember who gave you this, and we will make sure that you get to the right person. My Skype is Mikeaey and the number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mike with Tough Reality, and I do the Tough Reality radio show, and I thank you so much for listening to me today.